Hello, it's me again. First of all, sorry about the redness of my eyes. My hay fever is a kicking today. Also, I've been cycling and I've still got a wee bit of residual helmet here, so I do apologise for that. I thought today we could try a completely different beer to the one I talked about in the last video, which was a Unhuman Cannonball. I thought we could talk about a brewery that's a bit in the news at the moment, in fact. Beavertown, specifically, from London. Beavertown are in the news now because of what looks to be an impending sale of minority stake to, I think it's Heineken. It's certainly somebody quite big. I'm always sort of in two minds when it comes to takeovers. On a kind of ideological end, I'm always kind of against them. But at the same time, if it helps create jobs and it helps expose more people to better beer, then that's good for the industry as a whole. Yeah, I'm not going to get into this video. What I do want to do is have a look at a more unusual beer from Beavertown, something that they're not especially known for. Beavertown, as you probably know, are generally more known for their big crowd-pleasing, easily accessible pale ales, things like Gamma Ray and Neck Oil in particular. They always come in cans as well. This one here is a bottle, and it's something a wee bit more interesting. It's from their Tempus project. Tempus, not to be confused with Tempest, a brewery in Scotland, entirely different. It's their aging series. The one I've got today is the excitingly named Entomb, specifically Entomb April 2018. This one looks to be pretty darn exciting. According to Beavertown, the Tempus project houses 450 barrels, a pair of foeders, and a couple of traditional terracotta amphorae. And it's the terracotta that I'm particularly interested in. That's what drew me to this one. We've got it in the shop at the moment. There's a couple of bottles left. And I thought I'd crack it open, see what it's like, and let you guys know. Oddly enough, I actually know someone who works on the Tempus project. Johnny used to work in Great Grog, where I used to work up in Edinburgh. He then went to the Hanging Bat, and now he works with Beavertown. What I'm interested in here is exactly what that terracotta is going to give to the beer. I wonder if it's going to give that kind of an earthy, stony, minerally sort of note. According to them, in incredibly small writing, this is a Gose style beer, naturally soured using using fun microorganisms, fermented using a clean American ale yeast and aged in a terracotta amphora lined with beeswax for 3 months. So that's interesting, actually, beeswax. Lightly tart with notes of red berries, blossom, honey, I would imagine so, with a pronounced mineral finish. I'm interested. This one could well turn out to be quite subtle, complex in a very kind of low-key sort of way. I'm interested. I'm very intrigued. So let's see what we get. Also, I should say I do like the Tempus project. Can you see that there? The crown cap is very cool. But I'm more interested in the beer. Also, the bottle shape's really cool as well, as is the label. I like the whole presentation of this. So let's see what we got. Very pale in colour, quite clear. It's one of the most comforting sounds in the world, that, isn't it? And stop just before. Are there any chunks? Doesn't seem too chunky. Oh, yep, nice and clear. Fairly effervescent, reasonable head. And already that's interesting, because on kind of face value, it's a very classic Gose. It's clean, citrusy and zippy, but there's something else there. There's I think it might be that beeswax coming through, actually. There's something kind of honeyed in there. And there seems to be a minerality too, although I'm not too sure. I might just be expecting a minerality because I know it's terracotta, but let's see. Very refreshing. Very refreshing. That is pretty interesting, actually. I think they might have hit the nail on the head with this one. It's not by any means an exclusive tasting sort of beer. It's not the sort of beer that's going to, by which I mean it's not the sort of beer that's going to exclude people from it. It's a very approachable Gose. It's the sort of thing you could actually kind of throw back. It's drinkable enough, it's approachable enough to allow that. But there is a complexity there. There's that kind of lemony, zippy citrus note up front. There's a little bit of salt playing around in there. There's a wee bit... You sort of get that coriander seed coming through as well. But there's something else. I think there is an earthiness there. And there is a sort of honeyed note, a sort of almost kind of crystallized fruit, honeyed fruit. Almost sugared almond sort of note in there, but it's very subtle. It's very... Yeah, it's not in your face. It's not punching you about the chops. That is not at all bad. There's a slight yogurtiness in there as well, which again works nicely with the honey in a sort of Greek yogurt kind of way. That is rather nice. It's not as over the top as I was expecting. It's not as assertive as I was maybe expecting. But then again, that's sort of the Beavertown way. It's if you think about things like Gamma Ray and Neck Oil, and Bloody Hell for that matter, they're not big beers that are going to go all out there with a charge of flavour and divide an audience. They're stuff that is completely approachable and easy to get into. And I think the same is kind of true of this. I would maybe like it to be a wee bit more, the complexity to be a bit more upfront than it is. As it is, it's maybe a little bit too subtle. But aside from that, I mean, it is very, very nice. It's a very amiable beer. And I am going to very much enjoy sipping on this while watching Inside Number 9 on Netflix. So that's what I intend to do now. Cheers.